the Studio 2 podcast with me, your host Tommy Reed. Today I'm joined by Ethan Walsh. He's a writer, actor and amateur wrestler. Is that fair to say?
Ish. Getting there. We're getting there.
We'll go into that a bit later on. Just before we start this whole chat, I want to quickly say that the podcast from now on, I'm going to aim for it to be monthly. Not necessarily a set day on the month, but if I can fit it in to tie it into things, it's going to be once a month. Instead of just random. I've been trying the last couple of weeks to arrange for a guest to come on, and days just haven't wrangled up, so I apologise that it's been so long since the last one, but like I said, it would be random. I need to stop hitting that as well. But yeah, anyway, the important one here is Ethan. Hello, how are you?
Too bad, mate, yourself?
I'm not bad, yeah. You remind me of somebody currently with the hair. I can't think who.
Go on, give me a compliment. I'm ready. We just started this off.
I'm not sure. It might be someone off like Vikings or something like that. It's very, it suits you.
Bit of Bjorn hindsight.
I should also explain my hair currently. It's very long.
You look stunning, mate. You look stunning.
It's worth it, that's why.
That. L'Oreal, eat your heart out.
So, quickly we should explain how we sort of know each other, how we met. I think we obviously went to the same college. We were on different courses. I was doing the media course, and you were doing performing arts. Is that correct?
That's right, mate. I've done 3 years at college. I'm not sure. What were you, 2 years, or were you 3 as well?
I started on level 2 for a year, and then went on to level 3 for 2 years. So
I was exactly the same, mate. Worked your way up. Here we are now, mate.
There you go. And I think it was the aforementioned bus film that failed miserably, and we don't talk of it anymore. I think that was the first time we worked together.
Yeah, that. If I remember correctly, the set itself was just that was my
everything on that film.
My first experience on like a proper set like that, and it was just weird, but so it just had that buzz to it. But you know. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
That'll be Ethan, you know.
Always a pleasure.
I'll work this out. It'll be fine, you know.
We'll get there, mate. Don't worry.
So yeah.
I do try. I've had my fair share of experience on the performing arts side of things. In college, we did musical theatre, and that was a bit of a mix and match for me because really my style that I prefer doing is acting. I'm not really a dancer. I'm not a singer. Singing is just a complete no-go. It's just terrible. Even in the bath or shower, it's just no, not a chance. Dancing, I was sceptical at first, but I did quite enjoy it. I'm useless. Absolutely useless. I can do like the odd cartwheel or handstand or jazz split, but other than that, it's just
you perfecting your own dance moves, whatever they are.
That's a story for a different. Well, probably later on actually. But other than that, yeah, dancing wasn't my main source, nor singing. But the main thing that I was really into was acting. So for musical theatre, that's the only kind of strength that I really had. Just going on stage and just whether it's a monologue, duologue, or working with a big group or anything like that, put me on stage and I'm fine if I've got scripts, basically.
That's it. How did you sort of decide that that was what you wanted to go into? Because I think a lot of actors that I've spoken to in the past, it's sort of like, as a kid, you play out with your friends and you play silly games and that just never sort of stops. Is that the same for you? Or?
Well, funnily enough, it started in primary school. It was the Year 6 Leavers Assembly. And we had to play The Wizard of Oz. And we were in one of our year 6 classrooms, and the teachers were going through the parts and stuff, and who wants to audition or anything like that. And I was in school. I was a quiet kid. I wore glasses. I had the number 2 buzz cut, and it was just so atrocious. I was rarely speaking to anyone. But I just one day just had the courage to just put my hand up for the part, the Wicked Witch of the West, and lo and behold, they told me to read some lines. I read them, and lo and behold, I became the Wicked Witch of the West. And that's kind of where it started, and I absolutely killed the part, so to speak. And then some of my teachers came to me and said, "Oh, that was really good. My dad loved it, the audience loved it." And then from then on, went to secondary school, and one of the choices that I picked was performing arts. And then so forth came, went to college, did performing arts, done 3 years, got my distinctions. And now, wherever I go, I'll go, doing some silly sketches and stuff. So I'm still kind of in the game. But nothing serious or nothing professional as of yet, so to speak.
So you mentioned obviously you're doing your your sketch comedy, and that sort of throughout college you weren't massively into the musical stuff. What's your favourite genre to play? Do you like more serious stuff where you can be a bit more the gritty sort of actor, or do you like playing it up a little bit?
When I do my sketches, most of the ideas, they don't really necessarily have to come from me. Like, it can be from my friends or my brothers, but I, more so than the acting, I love directing, and I love filming and editing and that sort of stuff. But when it comes to, okay, I've got an idea here, whether it's comedy, romance, or, well, I don't think I've ever done a romance thing. I've got one planned, don't get me wrong, I've got one planned, it's just getting around to filming. I love doing ridiculous horror sketches. If you see my YouTube channel, then you'll definitely know what I'm on about. But really, I enjoy like the comedic, idiotic side of things, doing ridiculous stuff. Again, if you see my YouTube channel, you'll see loads of stuff. Practically the same sort of people appear in the videos usually, and it's usually when I go abroad or when I go away somewhere, I'll do my videos. But based on your question of what I prefer to do, is a bit of everything really. I've not really got a certain genre or anything like that. It's just whatever I'm feeling. If I got an idea, I'll go with it. So that's really how I play.
No, yeah, that's great. I'm very unsubtly looking down back at my notes again. So then, obviously, you've started doing all these sketches, and as you say, you like directing. You also write them with friends, I'd assume. I've seen footage of you actually on a friend's Snapchat. I don't know if you were even aware it was being filmed, but it was somebody sat like across the room and they were filming it. And you are... It's quite... I think there's a future in it for you. I think you are very much... Everything's going on, but you're level-headed, like sort of... You know what's going on. I think it was quite interesting to watch. Because I've only ever seen you sort of behind camera, or in front of camera. It was quite interesting to see you on the other side. I think you've got something in it. I think it's definitely something you should consider possibly going into a little bit more.
That's it. Like, see, if I'm invested in something, I'll definitely put the time in, the effort in, and something like that. Even if it's someone else's project, like yours or Theo's or my friend Harry's or whoever's project it is. If I'm invested, I'll definitely do it. And even if it's my own work, 100% I'm on the game. But it all depends on if I think it work, or if I think it'll be good, or people will be entertained by that. Because if it's not entertaining, then who's going to enjoy it?
What's the point? Yeah.
I have a selected audience. It's fair to say I'm not a big freaking person. Most of my videos go on Facebook or YouTube or somewhere like that, Instagram, Snapchat, or whatever. And I won't get a lot of views, but I'll get enough views for people to say, "Oh, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. That was funny," stuff like that. So to mix and match, like, I enjoy doing it for the people that enjoy watching it, so to speak. So yeah, it's all about entertaining the people that actually want to see your content, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all down to being invested and really into what you're doing for me.
I think from the sort of filmmaker perspective, it's quite hard, like when you first start out, because you don't have that audience to go, "Oh, these guys are really likable." Like, you've got a few friends, and then I think there's also the issue where a lot of people don't want to sort of upset you or don't want to knock you back, and so you'll ask someone for feedback on something and you'll just get overwhelmingly positive things. And I don't know if you're the same. For me, if I'm asking for feedback, I kind of want you to tell me what you don't like, because I think that I can learn from it. If you just say, oh yeah, it's really good, then it's sort of like, yeah, but what can I change? What do I need to know? And I think it's difficult when you're starting out to find that audience. Do you think?
That's the mad thing about performing arts, like acting wise and dancing. You always need to focus on the negative feedback, what you can improve on, and everything like that in every aspect. You don't just want to hear the positive stuff. Okay, yeah, if it was good, then brilliant. But what can I improve on? What can I do? What can I take from you to then put later on into a different performance or the same piece or whatever like that? But definitely, for me personally, again, definitely when I'm filming stuff, whoever it's with, I'll ask them, is this going to work? What would you do differently? Have you got an idea or anything like that? And again, that's the sort of stuff I like to take people's people's opinions and stuff like that, and just try and incorporate them, invest them more into my projects. And same with you. You've asked us if we're okay doing this, and if we got any ideas, tell them, and stuff like that. So it's definitely better to have someone else's opinion or someone else's view on something to get it more, just a team effort, because realistically it's about the whole team rather than just one person. So it's I don't know, it's just weird. You can't really set yourself away on your own to do something. You need people to tell you if it's going to be good or what you can improve on and stuff like that. So definitely ask for advice from people and take criticism, because then you can use that later on.
There you go. It's basically not really much I can add to it. Just filling in everything that I need you to say. I'm just going to stop playing with the pen because I keep dropping it. I think, like you say, you can sort of get stuck in a rut working with the same people, but at the same time I think it's also very helpful because you begin to know what each other's thinking. You know how that person's going to portray. Again, if I'm writing something, 9 times out of 10 you'll pop into my head, and if it's something that I'm writing for a male part that I don't think you'd be able to do, I write for an actor, so I now need to think, who am I going to cast in this role? Who have I got available that I think could play this? And if that's not the case, then I do tend to start rewriting things thinking, well, Ethan's available. How would Ethan approach this role? And I think it's something that when you're working with a lot of the same people, which obviously you work a lot with your brothers and with close friends, I think you've got that sort of dynamic down with how you write things, of everyone, even as the audience, you know how everyone's going to be. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because that sort of sounds like I'm saying that you're not acting. In a way, you are. I think, though, I don't know, does it make sense what I'm trying to say? Everyone's playing sort of the same roles, but they're obviously not, because they're in different roles.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, for me, I find it more comfortable having people I know. Because, when you first go to college, you're meeting new people and it's scary and it's just oblivious. And that's really one of the reasons why I haven't joined a drama school or anything like that. It's just the element of meeting new people. But I will eventually, I'll go down that route eventually. I will join some type of drama or acting school, because it will benefit in the later run. But right now I'm just focusing on, having the people I know, even the wrestling stuff. I've got a freaking massive story written for that, and again, if we can, we'll get into that later in the stream or whatever. But it's just it's better for me to know people. So my videos will only consist of people I know will take it seriously or know that they can do it. So it's just more around that element and aspect of having people I trust to be a part of my project, so to speak. But yeah, for me it's just weird. I don't really think of people I don't know for a certain part.
Yeah.
So that's really my take on that.
Yeah. I think that's not a bad thing either. I think it shows that, again, I think every time you're putting something out, you have a level of care over it and you want everyone to look good, and it can be quite unnerving to sort of go, I'm going to take the punt on this person that I don't know how they're going to perform in this role. And ultimately, if you have a bad performance, they're exactly the same as you can have an amazing actor in a film that's shot terribly. You can have an amazing looking film, but if the performances in it are naff, then it will just not look as good as it needs to. Moving away from that a little bit, how, more onto the sort of writing and directing side, how do you come up, I know this question is the one that everyone hates, how do you come up with your ideas for these sort of short sketches? Because, and even that, how do you come up with your characters? You've got some fairly memorable characters, I think it's fair to say. Explain sort of how these come to you.
Okay, so most of my videos you see, believe it or not, and I don't want to say that sound egotistical or anything like that, most of them aren't my ideas. Like I said, I like to listen to people and take their verdicts and stuff. The videos I think I only have created that I personally claim to be my ideas is the sheriff opposite Dick Johnson, if you've seen him. He comes out.
That was the one I was on.
You'll see an off music video. So I think him and my wrestling videos are the only ones that will come from me. The other ones, like the horror movie remakes, that was my brother's idea. So I went along with that. The kind of music videos that we do, like the, when I go abroad, we do like a 2-minute music video parody thing. That's my brother's idea again. So not all of the videos you see of me are from me. Like, I edit them, I design them and stuff like that. We share ideas and stuff like that. But it's really about me listening to other people, getting their verdicts and opinions and stuff, and then just taking their ideas and pulling it together. So I can't take all the credit for my stuff, I won't. But really, it's just about enjoying what I'm doing. If they like it and stuff like that, and then it's a win-win for everyone.
100%. I think, again, at the start and out stage, it's quite difficult if you want to go down the directing route to get to direct other people's stuff, because I think the stage I'm at, if you're writing something, you're sort of expected to then be directing it, and I think that's very good. I mean, I'm a self-confessed control freak. If I've written something, I know how that needs to look in my head. I'm intrigued by the idea of directing something that someone else has written and seeing how that then sort of mingles. But obviously, if you're already doing that, coming up with groups, ideas collectively in a group, I think it's, again, one more layer to that sort of experience of being a director and going down that.
Go
on. Sorry. What's the typical turnaround of these videos? Because I think I've always said the hard thing with making sort of creative stuff, especially, is that you'll have an idea one night and you go, "That's an amazing idea, I'll write that down." And the next morning you might think, "Oh, I'm going to write that up into a proper script." You'll spend a couple of days writing that up to be how you want. Then you've got to get your crew, then you've got to get your cast, then you've got to get locations, then you've got to actually go out and film it, then you've got to do all the post-production. And it can take you, from a silly little idea that you thought, "Oh, that would be a good thing to shoot," like 3-4 months later, or in some cases a year, as we're now coming up to with one of the films, you're still not there. And then I think it becomes very easy. The idea keeps changing, and it becomes quite difficult to stay motivated for it. But, I mean, again, I don't know this. From what I've seen, a lot of your things seem to be done in quite quick turnarounds. They're topical and up to date. And I think, I look at a lot of your stuff going, I wish I could just get stuff done that quickly. What's the typical turnaround, and how do you go about doing it?
So, again, it's the element of performing arts. This is an acting. We learn something called improvisation, which we use a lot in our videos. Like, I have a whole list right now of videos I've got planned that I want to do. Obviously, because of the lockdown and stuff, I can't do it. But once I get an idea, I know exactly who I'm going to cast. I know exactly who I'm going to have in the video, what themes I'm going to use, what the video is going to be about. And again, most of my ideas come abroad. So if I think of something, we'll do it straight away, literally. We'll go to different locations where we're going to go anyway, and we'll film whatever, and then just enjoy, scenery and whatnot. So most of my videos are just on the spot. there's not really any scripts to them. I don't actually think I've done a video with an actual script, which I'm trying to think now. No, I haven't. No. So I don't use scripts. We usually use improvisation. But most of my videos, yeah, I don't. Like I said, they're just for fun. They're idiotic. So they're meant to be ridiculous. They're meant to be, stupid. And that's what we like about them. That's what people enjoy about them. They're just unique in a way, in a very ridiculous manner. But yeah, not like yourself. Like you take a lot of time in your work, which is brilliant. You write scripts and everything, and that's professional. Me, on the other hand, I'm just.
It's only professional if you actually get the work done, which I think is the main issue that I encounter a lot of. By the time you've actually got all this stuff done, you just don't really want to do it, or it doesn't work anymore. Or I wrote a script probably about 2 years ago now, and it's still since changed. It was going to be shot over the winter because we had darkness, and obviously it gets darker earlier, so you've got more time to shoot. Now we're in the middle of summer, and it's sort of like, okay, I'm now got to wait until winter before I can go out and shoot that again. I think to just be able to do stuff improv and without a script is very impressive. I think you're underselling it quite a lot. It's in skill, and I think that's very evident in one of my favourite things you did was the Undateables parody you did, which I think now hearing that that's not scripted. You shot that in a different country over, was it a weekend or so you shot that?
When I go away, we usually tend to go for 4 days. It's like Monday to Friday. What was funny about the Undateables video was the cast alone. We had 2 Romanian kids. The thing that we used was our own personal, what's the word I'm looking for? Personal insecurities about each other. So we just took the piss out of each other. And it was weird, like, again, we didn't use scripts. We were there in a central park, and we thought, okay, this is a weird scenery. It's pretty cool. We could use this for a video. So we were planning on doing the Undateables, like, before we came away. We didn't, like, write anything or plan anything out. It's just finding the right place to do it. And, again, the improvisation, incorporating it with people, getting people to... Like, don't get me wrong. Before we film, we have a brief thing of what we're going to say, but it's like set in stone. So just go along with it, say this, say that, and just improvise and say whatever. So yeah, it all just comes about, and if something's wrong, I'll edit it out or we'll retake it or something like that. So it's not just all in like one shot or anything like that. So yeah, it's just my adventures abroad is bad. We'll get some ridiculous stuff come out of it, definitely.
I think if you were to say to most filmmakers, or beginning filmmakers, or even now somewhat accomplished, you've got 4 days, you're in a different country, go and improvise a script sort of thing with these loose ideas that we've already came up with. I think a lot of people would find that intimidating, and it would just be a thing of, I don't think I can do that. So again, I think, don't undersell yourself. I think your sketch comedy, as much as you say it's silly sense of humour and thing, but it's not a silly thing. It is impressive, and I think again, it's funny, which it does its mark, and the rate that you're able to do them at a high quality, I think shows that there's something in it. There's something there.
Well, that's what I take from it. Like, also, like my videos, I will say they are silly and ridiculous, but I do them for a purpose, to entertain people. So it's not like I'm just making them for the fun of it. Like I do want people to watch them. Don't get me wrong. So yeah, they're ridiculous, but I'm actually taking my time and effort to put it together so people can watch it and stuff like that. So of course, there's a purpose to it. It's just not like the professional way of doing stuff or whatnot. But like I said, I've got future videos planned where they will be serious, they will be professional. I've even bought a camera because most of my film is done on my phone. Like, I've only recently started editing on my computer. Like, about a year ago, I only used to use my phone or some crappy app or whatnot. But now I'm kind of getting into the mindset of using a computer, a software. I don't know what the software's called that I'm using. So I'm new to that game. I'm still getting the hang of it, and even my camera, like my only issue with my videos that I didn't like was not being able to focus shots and stuff like that, not having like blurred backgrounds or a serious effect like that. I can't do that on my iPhone or any phone I have. So that's one of the reasons I bought a camera, plus to make it a bit more, professional and more cinematic or stuff like that. Hence why I'm trying to do some better editing and stuff like that. But yeah, there are future projects in which I'm taking serious and looking at and thinking, what can I do to make this interesting or intriguing. And I've got quite a few planned. Again, don't get me wrong, there's still some ridiculous ones planned. Not stopping the silly stuff.
I'm sure many people will be happy to hear that.
But yeah, there are going to be some serious stuff coming. Fingers crossed, anyway.
I look forward to seeing it. Another thing that you do, aside from your sketch comedy stuff, is you have a sort of get my words out. You have a unique way of presenting your sort of wrestling ideas. I think whereas most people would, if you were going to create this sort of wrestling story in that, you would go and wrestle your mate and your trampoline or something. Whereas you seem to present these stories as promos for matches that then don't happen. So they play more as films than matches. Where did that idea come from to do the promos over a match?
The wrestling, it started with, because you'll see videos online. I'm sure everyone's seen them. Like Joe Weller's done some, or KSI. Some pretty famous YouTubers have done them. The wrestling skits of which there's like single moves and it's just a wrestling commentary like JR over. I'm like, oh my god, like stuff like that. So there's loads of videos like that, and I just thought, I can do that. Piece of piss. No, so I did it with my friends when we went away on the beach or stuff, like wrestling moves in public. So I did 2 videos of those, and again, people loved them. It's one of the most popular videos I've got. But then, because I'm a wrestling fan myself, I done another video. It was on Weymouth, where my dad, who's like 6'4",
Big Dave.
Big Dave, Big D. I've made him like the centre point of my videos now. So whenever a wrestling video goes up, we'll get an odd comment. I'm like, "Wow, where's Big Dave? Where's Big D?" Stuff like that. So I kind of thought to myself, okay, we're getting a few comments here. I've done some silly skits, but this could be a long-term thing. So then, a couple months after my wrestling ridiculous videos, I've done a video with my brother, Josh, and it was a Limp Bizkit video, My Way. I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, but if you've seen Rock and Stone Cold, they had a promo for WrestleMania My Way, Limp Bizkit, and that was a parody of that. But that was kind of the start of my whole wrestling sketch, the story, and I've created a massive story which is going to play out for like a year and a half, probably. It's all written, like everything's like written and decided. I bought freaking replica belts for it, for God's sake. So that's going to be my favourite project to do, and I love doing wrestling and stuff like that. So through that, it's going to build a lot of confidence for me, because I'm starting the profession for real. And again, we'll talk about that in a minute. But I don't know, wrestling, the videos are just my favourite videos to do out of all of them, literally. And I say that a lot. Whenever I make a new video, I think, oh, it's my favourite video, but nothing's going to beat wrestling. Nothing's going to beat it. I love doing it. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, as you've touched on, you're now going into training to be a professional wrestler.
Indeed.
How did that decision come about?
Again, it was kind of from my wrestling story. I don't know. I knew a friend named Thorne who did wrestling. Well, not professional, but he was at a training school. And so he watched my video and was like, "Oh, you should come down. You should try it out." I was like, "Okay, I'm doing it kind of as a joke right now, but I'd definitely give it a go." So I went down. It was about 2 months after he said it anyway. And I started in January. So I did go down. It's in Dudley. I can't remember the actual name of the place. It's been a while since I've been. It's been like 2-3 months. But it was in Dudley, and it was a trial thing. We started sort of roles and stuff. It's nothing like serious. You can't get slammed or anything like that. Yeah. It's it's risk and stuff. So it's just learning the ropes, learning the right sides in which, because the wrestling you see on TV, they always have a strict rule of you always have to stick to your left side, or it'd be bouncing off a rope or getting punched. You always use your left side, so it's the view of the camera or whatnot. So we learned all the basic stuff, and then about 2-3 weeks in, you started like the bumps and stuff, and I was like, Jesus Christ! When I took my first bump, good Lord, it hurts. People, yes, wrestling's fake, it's scripted, it's all that, it's predetermined. But Jesus, it does hurt. It really does. It's a freaking hard wooden surf. Well, it's padded, but it's wood underneath. And it does freaking hurt. And the bumping, although it seems easy to do, my God, it's horrible to do. So I can't imagine being slammed off like a top rope or something. The strain it does in your neck. And just after one session, my body was aching so bad. And I was like, Jesus, is this what I'm going to have to do every freaking week? So, I did it. That's kind of what I've enjoyed doing. Like I said, I'm not like the most athletic person. I'm slim. I'm not in the best of shape. But I can do like cartwheels, handstands, flips, and stuff. And, I can do that sort of stuff. And I was quite good. Like compared to the other guys, athleticism wise, I was decent. I could jump around. I can do certain stuff. It's just about building up my strength and that. And there was a show scheduled for, I think it was May. We were doing a show. So we were going to have like a battle royal or a rumble or stuff, which I was going to hopefully be in. That didn't come about, obviously. So once this lockdown does end and I can do it again, I'm definitely going to get back in there. Probably document some stuff. I know you wanted to do.
Yeah, it's something that.
Something.
I want to talk to you a little bit about after we've stopped recording, but we'll go into that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's something I'm definitely going to keep on doing. Hopefully, it will go somewhere and escalate. Like I said, even with acting, I've got a character planned for wrestling, and again, it's not my idea. It was my brother's character. We used to play WWE, the games on like PS4 or PS3, where you could create your own characters. And he created a character called Jerry Halliwell, who's a kind of clownish, like he has face paint, but it's like darkish. You will see it. I did like a little promo video, like that's what you've seen. It was on the Facebook page of like an intimidating clown type of thing with blood and face and stuff. That's Jerry Halliwell. So he's going to have like a separate series on like a YouTube channel and Facebook and that, his story. Not wrestling related, it's completely different, but he will be a wrestling character of mine. So yeah, that's kind of the route I'm going, making characters and stuff. So, yeah.
Right.
So I forgot.
This is what I want, like I say. So I'd assume obviously part of the wrestling thing, you've got to come up with your own character, and is that something you have the control over? Or is that the person that's writing the show? Or how much control do you have over what goes on in a match that you're in? Obviously, I know it's difficult to say right now, but
yes and no. You present an idea to the writer or the producer. You present your idea, your character, and if they like it, then they'll go with it, they'll roll with it. But if they see something like, nah, come on, you can play this better, then obviously you can't really tell them what to do. So they'll make that character for you. You see it a lot on TV as well, like WWE or New Japan or whatever promotion you watch. All the characters you see come from backstage. No one has control over their character unless, that control comes directly from the back. So I haven't pitched my idea to them yet, but hopefully they'll see it. And like I said, I've still got a long run to go, like before I pitch anything to them or before I have a match or anything like that. But yeah, hopefully I'll look at Jerry Halliwell and think, you know what, this could work. He could be the next big thing. He'll beat John Cena at WrestleMania. But hopefully, it's crossed.
I know I'll be honest, I'm not overly in with the wrestling scene anymore. I was a fan of it growing up, and then I sort of went away, and then I came back a little bit. I know, obviously, independent wrestling has now become a lot more of a big thing. I think back in the day it was like WWE or bust, and then you sort of had the underground ones, which were seen as sort of a little bit, yeah, but they're not as good. I think now, considering how much the underground scene has sort of grown, is that something you would see as an end goal, or is that for you a stepping stone into something bigger like the WWE or New Japan? Or
definitely, like the independent scene, it's very good. Like what the school I went to, that I'm going to at the moment in Dudley, it was good. It's not all that, but then I've done some research, and there's another one, and in this one, you have people from this certain like little thing who have went on to be freaking world champions and stuff. Like some of these people, like if you're not a wrestling fan, you won't know his names, but like Pete Dunne, some people in like AEW. These people have went on to WWE, AEW, New Japan. So this company is really good, and they were doing trials, and I just missed out because they had all their slots full and everything. But I said, message us next time. We'll get in touch and when we can like fit you in. But definitely that's the road I'm going to go down. Of course, I'm not aiming massively high at the moment. Still got loads of work to do, loads of training. But again, it's down to the point of keeping motivated, keeping to it, and eventually, once I go there, I have my matches, I can do my stuff. If they enjoy it, then hopefully we can work up in the ranks and get there. Of course, WWE is like an ultimate goal. That's like freaking fairyland. That's dreamland. That is. But you build yourself up to get to that level. But like I said, beginner's mode at the moment.
How much training? So you say obviously they hold trials. How much preparation do you now need to put in to make those trials? Is it all physical? I know this sort of is the same as what I've already asked. Is it, how much of it is physical? I need to be strong, fit, I can do backflips and whatever. And how much of it is a mental sort of more performance-based thing? Because again, if you can do 100 backflips, great. But if you can't sell being punched in the face, then you can't really be a wrestler. So how much is it? Which would you say is more important? Do you need to be incredibly strong or a good actor?
I would say you don't need to have the strength, because some superstars that you see on TV are luchadors and high flyers and stuff like that. And that's kind of the aspect I want to take. That's what I'm trying to learn, like more cool moves and stuff like that. So you don't need to have strength. You don't need to lift people up. You can punch, you can kick, you can do some really high flying, impressive stuff. So strength wise, of course, you'd want to have a bit of strength. Of course, I can lift someone up. It's just about how long you can lift someone up for. But definitely, preparation-wise, again, it falls down to the character. But again, for me personally, selling something like a punch or like a move, you'll need to have that face reaction, the facial expressions and the body language, like, oh, you've just been hit. Or if you get knocked out with a steel chair or whatnot, you're like, okay, you're not getting up from that. Sit down, son. So definitely, like, body language and facial expressions are massively key in this type of profession. But again, like you said, you've got to have some strength, and it's all down to your character, really. Who you are, how you present yourself, who you're going out in front of. If you can't sell, then you can't do it, really. You've got to be able to sell certain things, and if you can't do that, then people are going to be like, who the hell is this guy? Useless he is. So it's simple. You've got to be able to have your character and incorporate certain moves and sell certain spots and stuff like that. So that's kind of the whole ball game wrestling is. Like again, it's predetermined, but it's just the realism that you need to bring with it, so to speak. So yeah, it's something that I feel like my selling's decent. Like it's not perfect. So no one's perfect, but it's a working curve. You work to get better. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Who are the people that you've looked up to then, in wrestling specifically? Are they? Well, yeah. Give us an example of people that you look up to and sort of think, I'd like to do what they do, or.
So obviously, back in the day, you've had your old school classics. You've had The Undertaker, The Rock, Austin, Triple H. So you have all those old guns. It's still going now, to be fair. The Undertaker's my favourite, by the way. But my real inspiration to starting this and getting into it, sorry about that, and getting into the actual profession itself, there's a guy called Darby Allin, and he's in AEW, a new wrestling promotion, and he's like a sort of similar build to me. He wears half face paint, and he just does ridiculous stuff like flips and tricks and stuff like that. So that's kind of the route I'm going down. Like I said, I'm not the strongest of guys, nor is he, but he incorporates his athleticism, his ability, his agility, and stuff like that to have brilliant matches. And like, you don't need to be like this massive bodybuilder to get into this profession. There's another guy called Jungle Boy, slimmer than me, for God's sake, who does incredible matches and stuff like that. So it's not about how you look, it's more about how you present yourself in the ring, how you are in the ring, how good your matches can be in the ring. So it's weird, but definitely with some work, you never know where. But definitely there's loads of inspirations I've had, but the list will go on really. But Darby Allin's one of the mates. So
no, yeah, I'm going to put you on the spot now. I want you to come up with a character for me. If I was going to be a wrestler and you were writing the show, what would my persona be? How would I sell that?
You really have put me on the spot now, Tom.
I have, yeah. I could have given you some
warning about this,
no.
but no.
Jeremiah Killings.
Okay, right. I like it.
You'd wear a mask, a dungaree, some brown boots, and your finisher would be a choke slam.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Thinking sort of like a hillbilly vibe, yeah.
Exactly, mate.
There you go, right.
Keep
I might
your
not
mind
see that if this... It's accidental at the moment, but I can grow into a mullet. That could happen. That could be this, yeah.
Like those prison masks where like they're just like steel, and like they have those like in the mouth bit they have like the lines.
The Hannibal mask, yeah.
That'll be your mask. Like, you're just a monster, mate.
If the filmmaking doesn't work out, then I'll go into that, and I can take it. The Jeremiah Killings character is going to be... And you never know, maybe myself and you, we could have a match at WrestleMania one day. We could sell out stadiums. It could be great.
Right. I'm down for it.
What are the future plans then in terms of your wrestling thing? Do you want to... Obviously, you've said you want to carry it on as a thing. Is that a career that you want to pursue, or would you more want to go down the acting route and think, sort of, I'll keep that as a sideline?
Dream-wise, wrestling's the main goal. Like, it's just... I'll love it so much. But again, like I said, I'm doing my wrestling, but I'm still finding time to do my acting. So again, I'm still definitely going to do that. Because again, similar, it's the same sort of thing. Like, it's acting, you're being a character. So it's kind of the same sort of thing. But of course, I'm still doing my skits and stuff like that. And I still continue to do them. Like, training's only like twice a week anyway. So I'm still going to have loads of time. But yeah, definitely, I'm not going to give up the one just so I can carry on. But so far, it's mainly the acting, but I'm having that slow build towards the dream. You know, we'll see how it goes. Man.
That's it. Well, I think everyone watching this is going to have to keep an eye out for Ethan Walsh. Is that your name, or do you have a different name? Oh, it's the... Yeah. Well, there you go.
Remembered it. Come on.
I was sort of hoping you wouldn't bring that up. It's the, that guy, the clown.
Jerry Halliwell.
That's the one. I should have remembered that. It's a Spice Girl, for God's sake. That shows how good of a podcaster I am, doesn't it? You show me up there. God. Is this payback for putting you on the spot with the wrestling? Yeah, I've just remembered who I think you look like. It's that Schaefer Bates. The impressionist. Does a lot of the Peaky Blinders thing. You got the straps in your hair, and
I mean,
could be a Schaefer Bates impressionist. Oh, even better, you've made it. That's it now. I think this has been a good podcast. It's a little bit shorter than normal, but I'm happy with it. It's been fun.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been emotional. I'd like to have you back on, obviously, as you've teased already. you may be seeing more of you soon in the documentary format, which is something I kind of want to go down a little bit more. So,
fingers crossed, guys.
Who knows? I'm sure we'll be seeing you soon at some point on the channel anyway. But
I really do.
So do I. God, I need to make something soon. Either way, Ethan Walsh, you've been amazing. It's been a pleasure having you on the podcast. Thank you for coming on.
Guys.
And yeah, thanks for watching. I don't know how to do the outro bit. It's worse than the intro. It's just sort of alright. So yeah, bye.
Guys. Cheers, Tom.
That's it. I'll probably just fade that out there. That'll work.